What a series that was. My God. That was a seesaw if I've ever seen one. New Jersey Devils defeat the New York Rangers in seven. 4-3 winners. Wow. That was just absolutely ridiculous. After the first two games you would have bet all money New York Rangers, potentially even a series sweep. They they were just all over the Devils in the first two games. 5-1 game one, 5-1 game two, and it just didn't look good. Devils had glimpses of their what we had seen throughout the season, but they just couldn't pull it together, and their defense was just falling apart, to be honest. With Igor Shesterkin in net, just absolutely shutting them down in the first two games. Pretty much shut them down most of the series. It's one of the players I feel absolutely terrible for. He played just a phenomenal series. As you can see there, 0.931 save percentage, and he was the reason that they even had a shot at this series in the end. Because even though the first two games 5-1, the Devils had a lot of chances early before it got sort of blown out to get themselves a lead, or at least get themselves back into the game, and Shesterkin just shut the door on them. So yeah, he was absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, apart from the two 4-0 blowouts, which, mind you, that's he only let in three goals. I can't remember what the stat is. Allowed three or fewer goals in 23 or 24 straight playoff games. It's just phenomenal what this guy's done, and the fact that that they're out in the first round with a goaltender like that is just insane. But yeah, what an absolute comeback from the New Jersey Devils, and it all started with Game Three. They lose that one there at MSG, and the series is pretty much over at that point. They take it to overtime, and Dougie Hamilton gets it done, and it just breathes a little bit of life into the New Jersey Devils. And then from there, again, they all of a sudden found their game. Game four, they got up 3-1, and it was just beautiful defense all of a sudden. What we hadn't seen in the first two games. Akira Schmid was absolutely phenomenal for them. Finishes the series with 0.935, even though he got pulled in game six. But yeah, he was an absolute brick wall for them there. And yeah, you look at what out of his games, besides the game he got pulled in, he conceded one goal, no goals, no goals. So two shutouts and two 1 goal games in those four wins that he got. So absolute phenomenal performance by him. Um, Eric Hauler and Andre Palat showing their veteran presence, and really helping get the Devils back into this series. I thought their captain, Nico Hischier, led from the front um, quite well. On the other end, New York Rangers, Chris Kreider tried his heart out to pull New York over the line, and similar with Adam Fox with the 8 apples. But Chris Kreider, 5 power play goals. He's an absolute menace on the power play. It's why you want your team to stay out of the box when you play, against the New York Rangers. But it just wasn't enough in the end. And it's crazy to think, this New York Rangers side, they go out, they get Patrick Kane, Vladimir Tarasenko, Mikola. They they stacked this lineup, ready to really take it for a long run. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They were probably thinking it's a Stanley Cup final berth, or it's absolutely failure. So to be kicked out in the first round, it'd be absolutely gut wrenching for these guys, given the high expectations that they would have had on themselves, and their fans would have had on them as well. So yeah, a bit disappointing for New York Rangers, but at the end of the day, this is the playoffs, right? One of these two teams, they had such great, you know, seasons, both of them. I mean, Devils were third overall in the NHL, and New York were, off the top of my head, I think sixth. Um, so yeah, like two of the better teams in the home and away season, one of them had to go, and yeah, unfortunately for New York, it was New York Rangers. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do now. Got a few UFAs, and they are getting older, so their cap space isn't all that flash either. So I'm interested to see what they do. I'm expecting they'll still be around the mark next season, but it is going to get tougher for them. And yeah, so they may have just wasted one of the best opportunities to win a cup. But on the other end of the fence, the new kids on the block finally back in the playoffs. It's only been what 5 years, but realistically, with any real chance in the playoffs, it's been a good 10 years. And yeah, they're through to the second round. The New Jersey Devils. It was a fantastic performance from game two onwards. I know game six they got blown out 5-2, but it was a very interesting game. They absolutely dominated the first period. It was looking like the game five 4-0 shutout. It just looked like it was going to be game over, and then all of a sudden uh, a referee misses a call. They get a call going their way. They score a power play goal. They get another call that was very questionable. It just all started to trickle on from there. And yeah, like the one thing I will point out of this series was the refereeing was quite poor. Commentators mentioned it quite a lot during the series about a lot of the missed calls that the Devils didn't get, and a lot of the calls that were quite questionable towards the New York Rangers, and it did sway a few of the games as well, and sort of keep New York in some games at times, and ultimately help them win Game Six. So it's been that way across a few series. There's been some very questionable refereeing, which is quite disappointing because it's one thing you don't want in playoffs. You don't want games and series decided by referees. So I really hope they pull their heads in, because I don't want to see a team eliminated from playoffs because of disgusting refereeing. So hopefully that's the end of that, and we can get some better officiating. Although I don't like our chances given the way the officiating has been all season. But yeah, anyway, credit to New Jersey Devils. 4-3 winners over the New York Rangers. They head off to the second round where they will face the Carolina Hurricanes. It's going to be an absolute, it's going to be a tough, tough series again. Carolina are absolutely phenomenal, an absolute defensive powerhouse. So yeah, I look forward to seeing that series. It's going to be a good one. But yeah, guys, let us know what your thoughts are on this series. Was it entertaining? Did you enjoy it? I know most games ended up in a in a blowout besides the probably two, but it for me it was quite enjoyable. Even the games where the Devils got blown out, even though as a Devils fan I was a bit angry, it was still quite an enjoyable series. I thought both teams played really tough, physical, good defensive games, and yeah, it was a great series in my opinion, probably one of the best in the first round. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, give us a big thumbs up if you like the video. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, take care.